What's going on, everybody? This is an episode from the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast. Do you like podcasts and you want to see the full podcast? Make sure you check out the No Gimmicks Needed Wrestling podcast on all your podcast platforms, such as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, among many others. But you're listening to the episode right here on YouTube, so make sure you hit that like button and below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button to NC Studios and NC Level Up for all your gaming needs. This is the Nerd Coalition. Enjoy the show. GCW, Game Changer Wrestling, had a show at the Hammerstein Ballroom. I think it was called The World on GCW.
Mm-hmm.
Live on pay-per-view and Fight TV. So it's like another big indie wrestling pay-per-view. Because, you know, we're starting to get those more now ever since All In. Which I think is dope. And I was like, okay, well, am I going to watch it? It costs $25 on Fight TV.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm not going to pay $25 to watch GCW. I'm sorry. I know they got something good going on there. GCW is like, when it comes between AEW and WWE, they are the ECW, like it was back in the 90s, in a way. Would you agree with that?
I can agree. I can agree.
All right, so with that being said, they had this show that had a lot of nothing. Was this their first pay-per-view?
No.
Okay, because
they have a lot of pay-per-views, bro.
Oh, they do. Okay, because I'm just like, this show.
Usually their pay-per-views are in the Atlantic City area.
Got you. Okay. And I was just like, there was just something. I was just like, the show ain't for everybody. But I never really watched the whole GCW show, but I don't think this is one of the best ones.
Okay.
Personally, I mean, but you did have the likes of John Moxley, Matt Cardona, Jeff Jarrett, Briscoes, Ruby Soho, and stuff like that. So,
Sabu Expo.
Yep, Sean Waltman. So we're not going to give a traditional review, obviously, but we're just going to talk about the shit that we saw. They had the kickoff show. Did you see the kickoff show stuff?
I seen some of it. I seen Thunder Rosa come out, and that was it.
Okay, that was the Pabst Blue Ribbon Battle Royal,
something like that.
Yeah, and that's the one that had Thunder Rosa in that one. Who won that Battle Royal?
Not sure. I want to say Thunder Rosa, but I honestly don't know.
Honestly, you know what? I don't know either. I don't want to sit here and act like I know. So then they had another kickoff show scramble. They had, what was it, Alex Zane versus Dante Leon versus Grim Reaper versus Ninja Mac versus Jack Cartwheel versus Shane Mercer. What are these names?
Andy names. That's what they are.
Jack Cartwheel? That's also doing Flip Gordon.
But
I like Flip Gordon. What happened to Flip Gordon?
Nothing. He still wrestles.
I'm saying, but where though? Where's he wrestle at?
I don't know. He's an anti-vax mask and all that kind of stuff. So people don't really sign him.
Oh shit! Oh he's all into that, huh?
Yeah, he's all this is a hoax.
Damn, that's really disappointing. I like Flip Gordon's wrestling. So, I didn't know if he was like part of Ring of Honor and he just like, dropped off with the company and stuff. Damn. All right, well, you learn something new every day, don't you? So I ain't gonna see this matchup, but the Grim Reaper won the matchup.
So don't doubt that.
Okay. Main show, it was the Grab the Brass Ring ladder match. G Vara versus PCO, versus Tony DePen versus Jordan Oliver versus Alex Colon versus AJ Gray. Okay, so I know two out of all the people's names. And when I say they was just doing this, God, checking out like the spots from this matchup, I'm just like, y'all are gonna kill yourselves out here. Y'all,
they are.
What you say?
I said they are.
Okay, I mean, so I know you saw the power bomb to the outside across the ladder bridge, and first of all, they using these real ass ladders. You kiss my ass if you do power bomb me on the outside, and I'm taking a bump on that real ass ladder.
You gotta take one for the team with GCW, bro.
No, I ain't trying to hear all that shit, man. I want your opinion. I ain't trying all that shit. You got nothing to say?
Whatever, man. I don't got nothing to say because dude botched a move and jumped from one ladder to the other and hit himself. I was like,
you saw AJ Gray when he tried to walk the balance beam? And he fell his ribs like cracked across that ladder. I was just like, what the fuck was you doing?
Yeah. After that, I was like, oh, this is not going to go well for the whole show. Like, this show is not going well. Yeah, so I was like, next match. Maybe I was giving hope. I was like, maybe we can spice it up.
But
maybe we'll wrap up.
Come to find out, AJ Gray grabs the brass ring and wins.
Sounds about right.
And I'm
Crash
like,
and burn. Jeff Hardy-esque. Crash and burn in a match and then end up winning anyway.
He fell hard. I mean, I don't know if y'all want to go back and see it, but I was like, oh, that botch is bad. But he still came out and tried to finish the match and did the stuff. Then we had the next match, the Team Greeno.
I don't know.
Versus Team Bandino. It was like a trios match, and is this the match that had
walking out of the corners with two men on their shoulders? Bandito and Gringo Loco meet the center of the ring, and at the top,
they slugging it out on each other's shoulders. Why are they doing this?
battling one another.
And this is the Canadian Destroyer. What the fuck was that? What? This is the shit you were telling me about, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That looks stupid. I'm sorry.
I think
and so too, dangerous.
But I hear people talk. I heard some like indie wrestling fans talk about, "Oh, that was sick." I'm like, I mean, I'm pretty sure they think it looks cool. I mean, I personally don't think it looked all that, but I understand it is hard to have two people on your shoulders while one is doing a Canadian Destroyer. I understand that's difficult to do. So, whatever.
First of all, the act of having all that weight on your shoulders, I get it. Because you gotta be strong, you gotta have big shoulders, you gotta have a strong back, you gotta have a strong core, you gotta have strong everything to do that. Mm-hmm. I'm not taking anything away from the person's natural ability to hold them up. I'm not taking anybody's natural ability away from doing the Canadian Destroyer on top of that. But it just looks stupid. And once again, like I said, I'm not a huge GCW fan, and I like indie wrestling, but there's some things in the indies that it's just dumb to me. I'm sorry.
Sounds about right. Me too.
Yeah, but
stuff that just gets on my nerves. As Peter would say, but really grinds my gears.
Yeah. The Team Greeno wins the matchup. Blake Christian versus Leo Rush. Blake Christian was scheduled to take on Jonathan Gresham for the Ring of Honor World Championship, but he was unable to compete at the show. So as a result, Leo Rush took his spot. And they had a match. I heard the match is pretty good because it's Leo Rush. So, but at the end, Blake Christian wins the match with a tombstone pile driver and a 450 double stomp. Correct?
Sorry, say it again.
He said he finished it with a tombstone pile driver and a 450 double stomp for the win.
They could have.
So did you see? What you said?
Let me tell you. Let me explain to you how I watched this show.
Okay, please do, because you're
Because
making me look bad.
I did not.
You're bashing in
I
front of the
didn't
Wizards.
mind. I I did not mind splurging in 25, but at certain parts I was like, "Oh, this is stupid." I looked away and I just did what I was doing and came back to it while it was on. So I was seeing some of the stuff here and there. Looked at it. Okay, that's stupid. Okay, that's cool. Whatever. Oh, they getting the pop, and then I leave and I come back, or I edit or whatever I was doing and come back to it. Should I have splurged to 25? No, but I didn't know that at the time. So I thought it was gonna be good at the time. You know, Hammerstein thought it was gonna be good, but
Okay, no, I understand that. Some sort of match I did see most of was the Matt Cardona versus Joey Janela.
Sandman.
Yeah, who came out there like the Sandman, who had a fuck McFoley on the back of his shirt. Why? What's up with him, McFoley?
Nothing. He's just a big mark. Like every GCW, he's somebody else. He's John Cena one day. He's somebody that GCW hates.
Oh, that's right. He was Do-Rag Vince.
Yeah, he was one day. Yeah, so he's just like cosplays as people that people famously hate.
Oh, I don't think they hate the Sandman, but yeah.
No, this one he wasn't. What I'm saying, usually he do.
Yeah.
But you know how great it would have been if he would have came in like Cena from 06?
Oh, that would have been great.
But he should have did that. But I guess he already did Cena, so he didn't want to do it again.
But Cena from 06 though, and that Hammerstein with the one night stand, him coming through the crowd with the whole like the champions here. Oh yeah. Oh, he should have did that.
Would have been great.
He should have did that. So for some reason we don't use a lot of tables in this match. You know what we use? Doors. I'm like, what's up with the fucking doors? I mean, even the match that starts all of it, that Cardona just does a hype rider to Joey Janela, out the way. Couple highlights here, other than Joey Janela giving him a Death Valley driver through the door. Then he goes for Chelsea Green. Looks like he low blows Cardona, and like she's with Janela, but then Cardona pulls out the cup and attacks Janela. So obviously that's that wasn't a turn for Chelsea Green. Is this the matchup where Virgil comes out as Vince McMahon?
Don't think so. I thought it was about a royal.
Oh, it fucking could have been.
Cause I've seen some of the stuff in the battle royal, but I'm just like, I think I got a headache. So
he said, I think I got a headache.
Could be.
Let's see. I would say after that, let's see. Kurt Hawkins is what I remember him by. I don't know what he goes by now.
Brian Myers.
That's right, his name, Brian Myers. And comes in with like on the motorcycle with the like Edge did in 2006 in Hammerstein, and spears Janela through the door. And then they set up him, Cardona, to give a hype rider to Janela through another door. I'm like, where the fuck we get all these wooden ass doors from? And Brian Cardona wins the matchup.
Yeah, sure, but yeah,
sure, yeah. Because like I said, I just seen some highlights. I did not see this event. I didn't see any backstage stuff or anything like that. Ruby Soho had a match against Ailey Catch. Ruby Soho won that match. Then they had Effie versus Jeff Jarrett. I'm like, why the fuck is Jeff Jarrett in this shit right now?
He recently got Lego his WWE contract. He started a podcast, and now he said, "I'm gonna do some more dates, indie dates."
I didn't care to check on this matchup. I do know Jarrett hits the stroke for the win. That's how we used to say it back in the day when Jeff Jarrett used to do the stroke at WCW. If he had to say it like that, like the stroke.
Yep.
The old slap nuts.
I
heard this matchup was an overbooked clusterfuck.
I'm surprised he actually won.
Who, Jeff Jarrett?
Mm-hmm.
Well, who is Effie or Effie or whatever
Effie
the case?
Effie is an up and coming LGBTQ superstar.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's why Jarrett won it, probably.
I don't know if you can tell by his gear or not, but you know.
And what does gear look like?
Hmm?
Tell the people what the gear look like.
Are we talking about Effie's or Jeff Jarrett?
Whatever one you were talking about. I guess you're talking about Effie's?
Yeah, Effie was wearing basically what Effie was wearing basically what Ty Conti wears to the ring, pretty much.
Damn. Or like a Sunny
And
Kiss?
then, no, what Ty Conti wears to the ring.
Oh, okay.
And then Jeff Jarrett is basically a cowboy Undertaker.
Cowboy Undertaker. His hair is long now?
Coat. Yes, it is. That's why he looks like Cowboy Undertaker, because when he got the hat on, the hair comes from the back where it's all black. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. If he had this look and he was doing like a long Texas Ranger type of thing, it would be a good character. But he's too old to do it, so he's too old to be wrestling. Like if this was like the end of like 2013 or TNA and he could do this, he could pull it off. But now in 2022, I don't know. I don't think I want to see it.
Don't need your chair on my screen. We don't need that JEFFJARRET. GCW World Championship, Jon Moxley versus Homicide. Huge fuck Bully Ray chants in the crowd tonight. Hey, we already talked about Bully Ray, so I don't blame y'all.
And also, Homicide just got inducted into the Indie Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Yes. And then somebody else get inducted because CM Punk came to induct that person.
There was a bunch of people. It was Chris Hero, Homicide, Jerry Lynn, Dave Profsky, and Ruckus, and some other people.
Oh, okay.
So it was a good little list of people.
Well, I am glad that they do have like a indie wrestling hall of fame that they can acknowledge the indie wrestlers.
That's what you asked me earlier. Do they have a place to do it at? No. Does WWE have a place to do it? No. They don't.
Like, no, I'll be like, one day I would like for, other than the actual National Wrestling Hall of Fame, whatever that's it. But I would like for them to actually have like an actual Wrestling Hall of Fame, a building that we can go to, kind of like how you can go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
You said what?
I said yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was yeah.
Or kind of like how you can they got the the National Football League.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, man. So I wanted to be like that for wrestling, and like I said, of course, WWE's Hall of Fame is not legit at all, but it'll be dope if they at least had something in Connecticut, maybe that they can go to, or if they want to do like an indie wrestling one and be like, do that. Well, kind of like how the 2300 Arena up here in Philly is used to as the ECW Hall of Fame and the arena, and the sell tickets and all that shit. And I was like, all right, sure. Well, Jon Moxley hits the paradigm shift on Homicide, puts him in a bully choke. It looks like he kind of taps out. I think he botched that, but I guess he made it to the ropes. Then he hits him with the paradigm shift to the chair. He kicks out. Then he hits him with a paradigm shift into the open chair, and then that's how Moxley retains the GCW champion still. Then you have the GCW Tag Team Champions.
Surprisingly, I will say I'm surprised that he kept it, but hey, whatever.
So am I. I mean, I thought, well, That's later. The GCW Tag Team Champions, the Briscoes versus. It's an open challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Turman and the former GCW World Champion Nick Gage answered the open challenge. Gage hasn't competed for GCW since the War Ready event in October. He immediately spears Jay Briscoe through a door when the match starts. And I'm like, okay. They love Nick Gage up at GCW. That's his shit right there. And they end up winning the matchup. So you see, he took some time away to get his mind, body, and spirit right. And he announced the fan support. He said he loves the game. And he's back. So.
All right, MJ.
And there you have it. That was the GCW event. Will I do this again? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
Look into
Not at all.
Say what?
Not at all.
I would say, but it wasn't for me. I know we gave the worst review possible to the GCW fans out there. I'm sorry. To Nick Gage fans out there, I'm sorry. It is meant to be a recap of just stuff that's being talked about. Because other than that, this GCW is just not necessarily for me. I go support it because I love wrestling, but
yeah, I wanted to support because I seen that they was in the Hammerstein.
Yeah, in the Hammerstein Ballroom, exactly, because it's an iconic place, especially for wrestling. So you would think you want to be up in there.